Bless him, he was brilliant for my career. You know, always there, always supported me. But then there's a time where I should have been a little bit more patient and just rode it a little bit and just stayed. And playing and training with better players makes you better.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I decided to bang on the manager's door, and he went, "Look, if you want to go, you can go." It wasn't a matter of look. And I'd have done the same probably. You know, if a young lad's banged on my door, I'd have gone, "Well, go on then, get yourself off." So it was one of them where we agreed a fee, or they did with Wigan, and that was it.
It was about 100,000, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it's back. Yeah, total. Yeah. Yeah.
So how was the experience at Wigan? Because you probably did play quite a lot for Wigan, didn't you, at the time? First team regular. How was that? What league were they in at the time?
They were in League One, I think it was. Yeah, but it was again. You go to League One, from training with these players to League One is like a massive step down, and that is no disrespect to them whatsoever, but it is, you know. And so you've got to adjust to that. You've got to adjust to sort of like their training, the pitches, the facilities. Nowhere near as good. But it was a fantastic club and a great sort of like 6.5 years I had there.
Was David Whelan in charge at the time?
Yeah, he just took over the football, and he had a 10-year plan, and I was sort of like their first signing, or his first signing of that 10-year plan to get in the Premier League. And in the 10th year he got in. Believe it or not, mad, isn't it? That how he can literally predict that. I mean, he did throw a lot of money at it, and
he did.
What was he like as a businessman? Because there's a lot said about David Whelan and how he operates, and it's quite stringent on things, and he likes to keep a handle on the purse strings.
Yeah. Oh, he's a tough man. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah.
Someone was telling me he'd only let you have so much toilet roll in so many cubicles, in so many gyms, and all.
Yeah.
He'd work it all out, and how much water you could have in it, and everything like that.
Yeah, he was very tough, but fair. You know, really fair.
Yeah. And successful. Yeah, you got him up there, didn't you?
You can't fault him, can you? You know, he had a market stall, I think, in Wigan, and that's how he made his millions. You know, just literally, and he's literally, I think he broke his leg himself actually in the cup final for Blackburn. So for him to actually win the FA Cup with Wigan years later, must have been
Man City as well.
Man City as well.
Unheard of, innit? Wigan winning an FA Cup from nothing.
From
really,
nothing,
So how did your career transpire after there? Because you had a couple of other clubs, did you?
Yeah, I think Wigan came again after the 6.5 years. Paul Jewell came in, and again he just wanted to put his own stamp on things. You get to a certain level, and he just said, "Look, I want to bring my own players in." So I had a season at Wrexham, and then it was just more of because I hadn't played a lot that season, so it's to get fit, to get back playing again, and then went to Huddersfield, I think it was after that. Yeah. So that was a bad experience really, because the club went into administration. You know, they were struggling financially. That was League Two, and nearly went into liquidation. So that wasn't great.
Scunthorpe, I think, wasn't it?
And then Scunthorpe after that, which was a good couple of years to be found. Brian Laws, good manager.
Successful time, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Didn't he go to Nottingham Forest at one stage?
Played at Forest,
did he play at Forest? Laws,
Yeah, played at right back in the cup final as well.
That's right,
He was a good guy, and again some good young players at the time. You know, who've kicked on. Billy Sharp, who was obviously doing well at Sheffield United now and been at Leeds. So some good young players coming through there at the time.
What's some of your most memorable games then that you can remember, from sort of players wise? Have you got any sort of games where you thought that's the best game I've ever played, or most enjoyable, anything like that?
Well, I mean the two legs for the Youth Cup was like
massive.
Against Man United is just something I've never experienced before, like I said. But my debut for Leeds against Palace was special, and I didn't know I was actually playing, to be fair, even the day before. At Leeds, if you go, Fullerton car park, we used to train there. So you'd walk up there, and if you walk to the left, there's a pitch, and obviously to the right there's a pitch, and you had the stiffs, reserves trained on the left, and on the right, and the first team on the left. So as a normal Friday morning, I'd always go with the reserves. But I didn't know, previous to this, when we got changed in the first team changing room, the team for the next day was a team to play Palace on the Saturday. My name was on the board. I didn't know. So I walked and went up the steps at training, went to the train with the stiffs, and Wilco's shouting, "What are you doing over there?" Going mad, like, "What are you doing over there?" I'm saying, "Well, I'm training with these, where I normally go." He said, "You're playing tomorrow, get over here." And that was it. It was literally like, so I lined up, I'm thinking, this is weird. You know, I'm looking alongside Chris Fairclough, Chris White.
Yeah.
Tondri goes out injured, it was last minute thing. Speedo in front of me, and then Bats and Gary Mack, and it was like, this is weird. And then I just got thrown into it, and that's how it came about. It was really surreal. So
what's it like playing with them? Because I remember that were my favourite team when I were a kid growing up. McAllister, Batty at middle, right striker, left Speedo.
yeah,
Were it just enjoyable? What were they like on the pitch with you? Did they talk to you?
just good people. First and foremost, they're good people.
Yeah.
You know, and that comes with being good professionals for me. Strachan, he was probably the pick, really, because he started his coaching career at Leeds. And by that I mean, when he used to play, or wasn't playing, sorry, he'd coach us, you know, and he was the one who'd sort of like start his sessions with us, and then he became obviously a successful manager. But that's where his coaching, you know, started at Leeds, yeah. But he was top drawer.
He was a funny guy as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I just remember once when the ball went out, so it had gone for a throw-in, Gordon Strachan. So he ran over to get the ball. He sat in a seat next to this woman, just picked a coffee, said, "Do you mind if I have a drink?" Had a drink, put it down, and then took a throw-in.
Yeah, it was a
cool when he went onto Hardings and go like that.
Yeah.
And he did for Scotland as well. He did Chat Baldwin as well, but.
No, but it was a character, and I don't, you know, personally, I don't think you get many of them now.
Yeah.
I think they've gone out the game,
Yeah.
and Strachan was one of them. He was like unbelievably enthusiastic. I mean, I think he played in the Prem till he was 40 odd.
Yeah, he was
Which you've got to be some pro, and you've got to be fit and dedicated to do that.
I think from my point of view, from a fullback's point of view, left or right, you're looking what's in front of you. You're right wing, your left wing, depending on what formation you're obviously playing. But having Gary Speed in front of you on left hand side must have been.
Did all my running.
Yeah,
It's great.
must have been outside.
Or a good-looking guy.
I know, yeah, he had
His hair
everything.
on him as well.
God rest his soul, but
I know,
you know,
bless
he had an ability in abundance. He was a consummate professional once, and he was
Top
a
guy,
legend.
yeah. Top guy, yeah.
What was training like with him? Who was the funny guy? Who was the serious guy? Who was the best trainer?
Well, at that time, it was all, you know, when you trained, it was, you know, you trained, you worked hard,
Serious.
and you got your head down, you trained. Before and after, then it was slightly different, you know. My best pal, Gary Kelly, he's probably up there as the maddest person in football, got to be, even now. He is, and anyone you speak to tells you the same. I mean, it just stories
Just talk
are
me through a
ridiculous.
couple of stories. Can you that's able to be published as well?
There's a few. I mean, I remember Nicky Byrne, you know, from Westlife.
Yeah,
He was a young
Yeah,
goalkeeper at the
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and he was at training, and years after, when he was in Westlife, he came back to watch us train and meet all the lads again. And Gaz went in the change room, got all his gear, hung it up, and burnt it on the crossbar. And he turned around and he'd seen this flaying ball of fire on the crossbar, and it was all his gear hung up, and he had his wallet and everything. Oh god! But that's just one of the things he'd do.
He seems really quiet.
Really?
But unless I don't know, when I've seen, you know, like when I've watched him, and I don't know him as a person, do you know what I mean? But always seems quite reserved, but he's the opposite, is
Yeah. Yeah. No, he is. Yeah, he's a character, but heart of gold, great person.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just for a little example, you know, from his testimonial against Celtic, he donated it all to a cancer house, and he's got his own cancer house in Ireland called the Gary Kelly Cancer House. So things like that.
The Leeds fans loved him.
Yeah,
Because he took over from Mel Sterling, didn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Zico.
Sterling was
Zico.
he was
Yeah,
solid,
Zico,
wasn't he?
yeah, yeah.
And then they were like, "How are we going to get a replacement for Mel Sterling?" Then Kelly came in, and they were like, "He just took it straight away, didn't he?"
Yeah.
Because I like, you know, Ian Hart were after as well, one on the left side.
Yeah.
But when I watched Ian Hart, it took him a while to get into it, and then all of a sudden he became brilliant, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was like an awesome free kick specialist.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, both feet as well. You know, you could score with both feet. But obviously they're related, aren't they, Ian and Gary? That's his nephew. But yeah, I mean, at that time there was, I mean, just they were like 4 years under. I think Woodgate came through then, and then Harry Kuehl, Harty, and that group, and Stephen McPhail, fantastic player, who won the Youth Cup as well. So that period with Eddie Gray and Paul Hart, the future was unbelievable.
He set it up for O'Leary, didn't it, almost?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, he didn't really have to do anything.
Just
really.
put him in, didn't he?
There you go. Yeah, go and play.
Because they were another exceptional team, weren't they? They just didn't win anything. That was the only thing. It just missed. If they'd have won Champions League, because they were really close to it, weren't they, with Valencia, that'd have been something else.
Yeah,
it?
I mean that was an achievement though in itself. Getting that far, you know.
But you know, when you see it though, I thought we didn't fear anybody. We were almost, and we played a different brand.
Great nights.
We played a brand of football that no other. We were almost playing like Manchester United were when they were great as well, weren't they? It were just.
No, it was. I mean, you had youth and energy. Lee Bowyer was unbelievable in that period, wasn't he? Even though what he was going through at that time. Do you remember?
A crazy guy, wasn't he?
In court every other day, weren't they? And Woodgate, Lucas. You know, you look at Lucas. Remember the day we signed Lucas and Phil Masinga? We'd been out pre-season to South Africa, and we played against the Kaiser Chiefs, the team, and he played for him. And Phil played for Mamelodi Sundowns, I think they were, but they both played for South Africa. So we played a tournament over there, and they both played really well. And we ended up coming back and signing them both. And they came on. You're on about boots that were old and big studs. They both came over with like studs like that. Unbelievable. Like, and he'd wear him for training. You're like staying away from him, you know. But he'd kick you in training as well, Lucas. That was a. You know.
Wasn't he a midfielder to start with, and then came back into defence and end?
Yeah, centre mid. Yeah,
we centre midfielder. And I can remember they signed him.
Yeah, and Phil, God bless his soul, you know, another
he's
one.
Passed away, and now.
Yeah, and he was a talent as well, really good striker. But that time we were, just won the league, signed a lot of players in that period. And he was one of them.
The squad were aging, weren't it? And it were like trying to replenish him.
Yeah, there was a lot of Thomas Brolin, Tony Yeboah came in.
What were Tony? Were you there when Tony Yeboah came in?
Yeah, he signed from Frankfurt for I think it was about 4 million.
Yeah.
But I remember pre-season he just didn't try a leg, and everyone's going, "What have we signed here?" Even I remember Gary Mack turning and going, "What? Is he going to run or what?" Just didn't score a goal, didn't put a shift in, did nothing. And then the season started. Wow,
it was
ridiculous, wasn't it? I mean, his first game of the season was, I think he got 4. Was it goal of the month? Goal of the seasons in that season. And it was in. I think 4 of them were in like 2 months.
Yeah, he got the Liverpool goal.
He got Liverpool 2 against
Wimbledon.
1 against West Ham. I think that was first game away.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, he saved it for the season. Forget training. Don't think he trained again.
I saw that goal at Ellen Road, the Liverpool one. I was there for it. I just thought, this is something else, isn't it? It was just unbelievable.
I don't know why Dave James went for it, do you? I'd have gone.
Camera shot.
He can have it. Yeah. And the other 2 were ridiculous at Wimbledon, weren't they?
Even when they signed Brolin, at that time he played for Parma, didn't he, at the time?
Yeah.
And I always remember he were a good buy on Championship Manager.
Yeah.
You were like, you get Brolin, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
But then he came over, and I thought that's it. We're going again, aren't we?